think about it. Yeah, it looks like most of that group came down, went right into the spikes here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, just 7 of them. And the steering on the scooters isn't too bad. It's not the greatest in the world. You essentially use the left stick to steer. The right stick lets you kind of look around. So as long as you know that everything in front of you is fairly clear, you can just press forward on the stick and then you can look off to the side and see without it, changing what direction you're going. Looks like I got a drop or something over here. Yeah, a couple of drops. Going and getting the drops is going to be a lot easier with the scooters, so if we end up getting a few made, definitely will make running for those a lot easier. If you guys want to do runs in to gather supplies from the towns and stuff, you can do that as well. The extra storage from the baskets will help. But yeah, this is pretty much why I set this base up over here, because I had pretty much ran and walked all the way out here. And there was just no way I was going to be able to make it back to my base before the sun went down, and so I started looking around and just happened to find this hole in the ground. Okay, it's starting to get a little bit brighter out. Be careful not to run into the spikes. Yep. Ooh, that could have been bad. Okay. So like we were looking at the video without any sound. Got the 4 doors going through. Bring the bike in to park it. Although I'm starting to think it may be easier to just do a single small little shed outside and just park the bike in there. But we'll see. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I still need to finish with this. These closed up. Okay, so this is going to be the tour. And first off, this is what it's going to look like underneath. I don't have it finished yet, but I'll be filling this full of spikes, going all the way back to here and then exiting and filling up this wall. But we got the 2 rows of spikes on the outside that you saw as I came in. You got the single wall, another 2 rows of spikes, another wall, and then I connected the top. So I've got this thick wall that I can actually run around on top of. When you come in, this is all pretty much flat. I can do a bunch of development up here, find ways to expand on it. I may eventually do like a tower or something, make it a little bit easier to spot. But this is all cement block all the way around. The only way in is to go down through here. And if you keep going straight towards the doors, you got this pit of spikes down here. And that opens up into these additional doors, and that goes into the cave. But before we go on in down there, I'm going to go ahead and go on up onto the wall. And the wall I'm thinking about going and lining with bars. I was going to do just wood blocks all the way across, but the bars will make it easier to lean over and shoot down through here. With the blocks up in the way, I'd have to climb on the blocks and there'd be an even larger chance of falling in, but the bars should be good enough that I could actually go and lean up against the bars without falling into the spikes and still be able to shoot downwards. But as you can see, the wall's extra thick. Underneath all of this is going to be that second row of spikes. And as you see, it's not a small compound. And I'll probably see about doing some stuff with the space up here, maybe gardening and stuff. I tried growing some cotton over there, but maybe grow some yucca or something like that, see if I can find a way to get some useful plants in. The front door, as you saw, was reinforced in concrete, and then I did a little extra on the sides there. And it is on top of a hill. This was all on top of a hill, somewhat flat, and then all of a sudden there was this big hole right in the top of the hill. I mean, I didn't go and dig out any of this. This was just the way that it was when I got here. Even this down here, I didn't dig this out. It was all here as well. There was a single tree in the center. I took it out and put the spikes down.
Are you keeping track of the time?
And then get this closed up. Go down here. Got 2 furnaces going. This storage was here when I got here. That storage was here when I got here. And this cement mixer was. I added the storage containers, the bedroll, the fireplace. But yeah, didn't dig out any of this really. I've pretty much left it the way it was when I got here. The only digging I'd done is this. And I've got this reinforced door, which actually I need to patch that up a little bit. I was trying to dig it out and shape it around it and accidentally hit the door itself a few times and did a little damage to it, but I'll fix that later. And we go down here. This is the first turn. I came down and redirected the tunnel, and like it showed in the other video, there we go. Yeah, pretty much 2 strikes is all it takes for me to go and break that stuff now. But that's after doing all this digging. I pretty much leveled up my mining. But this is the first portion of the passage, and this is going out under a lake and up to an island in the middle of the lake. Come up to here. Down. And then another one going down. Then this is pretty much the second straightaway. And the holes off to the sides aren't really passages. I was just mining some extra materials. So they don't go anywhere. They go in maybe a foot and that's about it. And yes, it was a lot quicker to dig this with the higher levels. You have these staircases that go down. And then we're on to the third portion of this, the third straightaway. And you probably can see it on the map. Yeah, we're right under the water right now. So if I dug straight up, it'd probably pour in on me. But we get over to here. This gets us just to the island. And this stuff down here, this is the very bottom of it. So that's the sound it makes when you reach the very bottom. It's that metallic scraping kind of sound. But as you see, it doesn't do any damage. You can't go any lower than that. And this will show how deep it is.
What is that?
And that brings us up to the top. And right now I haven't developed the island at all. All I've done is put this little wall around the hole here so it's easier to spot and I don't go plummeting down it. But this is the island that's in the middle. And I know you talked about the idea of possibly fortifying the island. We could probably run a wall along the beach and everything. The ground's a little uneven down there, but with a little work we could probably get it to work out. There's a few flat surfaces lower down. If we wanted to build anything substantial on the top, we'd probably have to go and kind of flatten all this out, give ourselves some more level ground to build on. But yeah, this is pretty much it. And if we look at the map, this is the island here. And there's a second island up here that has a set of docks and everything on it, and we could always go and try running a tunnel down and under and back up over here. This is one of those stilted platforms in the water. But yeah, and as you can see, the distance of that tunnel goes from here all the way across to over here, so that's a pretty decent distance. But yep, that's pretty much it. Yep, the place is way back over there somewhere.